Bro, I've been stuck at fucking work all week. I couldn't make a video. It's currently, fuck, bro, what time is it? It's currently Saturday, right before the fight. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? I don't even know what fucking time it is right now. I think it's like 10:30 a.m. right now. So we're exactly like 12 hours away from the main card, UFC. What is it? 329, 328? I don't even know at this point where we're at. I got to get to work, so I'm gonna make this video quick. All right, main card. We got Bobby Green versus Terrence McKinney. I'm going with Bobby Green. All right, I know he's been finished before in the past. So is Terrence McKinney. Terrence McKinney is a glass cannon. He's a one-round fighter. I don't believe in one-round fighters. I just don't. You can have 10 knockouts in the first round. I don't give a fuck. I don't trust a first-round fighter to go in there with a veteran like Bobby Green, who's seen who's that guy that will test you. You know what I mean? And on top of that as well, I think a lot of people are missing out on the fact that Bobby Green and Terrence McKinney trained together before. And Bobby never wanted to fight Terrence, not because he was scared, but because that's who he is. He doesn't want to fight his boys. So I think that Bobby's had a lot of good looks off of McKinney. He knows what he's good at. He knows his advantages. He knows how to handle this kid. And like I said, McKinney's a glass cannon. He's a one-round fighter. If he doesn't get Bobby Green out of there in the first minute of the fight, he's just going to gas and he's going to get finished himself. So I see Bobby Green being crafty. Obviously, his hands down does make me nervous because I see a head kick. I could just see a head kick on the exit. When he's leaving the pocket, I could just see McKinney dropping a head kick on his ass and putting him out. But I'm going to trust on Bobby Green. He's got his new custom shorts too, and that gives you a stat boost. So I'm going Bobby Green by TKO late in the first round or early second round. Moving on, we got Loner Kavanaugh versus Brandon Royval. I'm going Loner Kavanaugh. Look, I'm a Brandon Royval guy. I do like Brandon Royval. He's a good striker, but he is at the point in his career right now where he's starting to plateau. He's starting to drop off. He got knocked out in his last fight against Manal Kape. He put on a war against Joshua Van, and he took a lot of damage in that fight. He took a lot of damage in that fight, which eventually led to the TKO or knockout him in the Manal Kape fight. You know what I mean? And now you're bouncing back against a young, fast, hungry kid like Loner Kavanaugh who's got dynamite in his hands. Yeah, I see Loner Kavanaugh knocking him out in the first round. Maybe it makes it to a second round, you know what I mean? And Loner just drops him, you know? But I don't see a world where Brandon Royval is able to volume punch his way out of this kid. I just don't see it happening. Moving on, we got Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista. Be honest with you, I'm not big on Mario Bautista. I don't see what everybody else is seeing. I don't see that explosiveness. I don't see that speed. I don't see this elite striking ability. I do see dog. He's definitely a dog. I'll give him that. You know, his fight against Umar, he didn't quit on himself, and I can't help but respect a fighter that's like, you know what, I'm losing, but I'm not gonna make it easy. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give him his respect there, but I don't see anything elite. I don't see anything extravagant. I just feel like he's well-rounded and he's good everywhere, but he's not excellent any specific spot. Like, he's not an excellent or elite striker. He's not an elite grappler. He's not an elite jiu-jitsu guy. Whereas Corey Sandhagen, he's well-rounded too, but he's got really good fight IQ. I'm talking really, really good fight IQ. I trust Corey Sandhagen to have done the homework on Mario Bautista. I trust Corey Sandhagen to know where to pick his shots and where to keep the fight. I just trust Corey Sandhagen more. I trust that brain of his to figure this guy out, figure this puzzle out, and make it happen. I mean, he's only lost to Petr Yan and Merab in the last couple of years. And both of those guys are world champion caliber. Whereas Mario Bautista, yeah, he lost to Umar Nurmagomedov, which that guy could be champion one day too, but he got beat by Merab, you know what I mean? And he's kind of unproven at this point. We need to see more from Umar. So I'm going with Corey Sandhagen. I think Corey Sandhagen will probably be the only winner on the card to win by decision. I think it's going to be all finishes except for this fight. So I'm taking Corey Sandhagen by decision. I'm thinking he wins the first. I'm thinking he wins the first and the second, and I think Mario might win the third. I think a lot of people are going to say this is a robbery fight, but I just see Corey Sandhagen outstriking him on the feet in the first and second, and then Mario just kicks it into gear into the third, and then he wins that third round. Moving on to the co-main event of the night, we have Paddy Pimblett versus Benoit Saint Denis. Not Chris Benoit, but Benoit Saint Denis. A lot of people are picking Benoit, and I get it. You know, he's this big, scary guy in the lightweight division. He's got knockout power. We've seen it before. He'll take you down. He'll ground and pound you. He'll keep you there. He'll grind out a decision. He's very imposing in the cage. But a lot of people are sleeping on Paddy Pimblett. And look, I've always there's only a handful of fighters that I have good reads on. Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway are both on that list. I have good reads on them, and I knew that Justin Gaethje was going to beat Paddy Pimblett, not because Paddy Pimblett's not good, but because Justin Gaethje is fucking great, as we saw at the White House card and as I predicted. You can't take anything away from Paddy for going 5 rounds with Justin Gaethje. I'm pretty sure that's his first 5-round fight in the UFC. And let's be honest here, nobody that Benoit Saint Denis has fought or beaten is on the level of Justin Gaethje, besides Dustin Poirier, who did what? Knocked his ass out. Benoit's a bull. He's a bull. He's a well-rounded fighter, but a lot like Mario Batista, he's not excellent or elite in anywhere. He's not an elite striker. He's not an elite grappler. He's not an elite jiu-jitsu guy. He's got a lot of power, and he relies on that power and presence to win his fights. And I don't think Paddy Pimblett's going to give a fuck about that power after he just went 5 rounds with Justin Gaethje and knows that he can eat that damage. He can eat that power. Another thing, too, is the way that Benoit Saint Denis goes in for takedowns, it worries me because he goes in very open, you know, and he's very exposed when he goes in for a takedown and when he shoots, and it's very slow. I think if this fight makes it out of the first round and Benoit starts to get tired and he starts to implement the wrestling and the grappling and he tries to tie up with Paddy's going to put him to sleep. He's going to choke him out. It's just going to happen. I see a guillotine. I see a rear naked choke. I see a triangle. I mean, I see so many things that Paddy Pimblett can do off of his back because I do think Paddy Pimblett on the ground, I think he's borderline elite. He has that potential to be like a Charles Oliveira on the ground. It's just his striking is what needs work. But he knows how to use his advantages and his gifts. You know, his range. He does fight with his chin up, which is very, very worrying. But I trust Paddy Pimblett for how young he is in the game and how experienced he is in the game to have made the adjustments after the Justin Gaethje fight. That's a fight that needed to happen for Paddy Pimblett. That's a loss that needed to happen. Look at Peyton Talbot. Peyton Talbot loses to Honey Barcelos. And then what happens? He goes out there and out-wrestles Henry Cejudo, who, yes, was on the way out, but still, he went from unranked to fighting the number 8 guy in the world and beat him. You understand what I'm saying? So I trust in Paddy Pimblett. The crowd's going to be on his side. His football team is playing today as well. I just see Paddy Pimblett getting it done by submission. I see him getting it done by submission, ground and pound into a submission, or just Benoit shoots in and he wraps up that neck and puts him to sleep. Moving on to the main event, I want so bad to pick Conor McGregor. I want to pick Conor McGregor so bad, but guys, man, when you've been drinking for that fucking long, when you've been drinking and doing drugs and stuff like that for that fucking long, even if it's just a year, it does so much damage to your body that late in your life that you can't recover from. No matter how much weight you drop, no matter how much you work out, your liver will never be the same. And I think Max knows that. And I see a world where Max is going to be targeting that body. Body kicks, shovel hooks to the liver. I just see Max working that body, being patient, keeping his distance, staying an inch outside of the void, an inch out of Conor McGregor's range. And I see Max Holloway taking a kicking route. I don't think he's gonna want to box with Conor McGregor because Conor has the reach advantage and power advantage. You know, this is a higher weight class. Max is gonna have a better chin. He can eat more damage, but I don't think he wants to risk that early with Conor. So I see in the first round, he's just gonna work the body with kicks. He's gonna be throwing that spinning back kick that he does all the time, and it's gonna land. It's gonna land clean. And I think in the second round, you know, Conor's going to come out there pushing forward, trying to pressure Max, and Max is just going to lay him with a body shot. Another body shot is going to open up Conor, and then, you know, I just see Conor McGregor giving up. I just see a world where he gives up. Not in a way that Ilya gave up, where Ilya tried to finish the fight but couldn't see You know, bro just couldn't see, his eyes were gone, and he probably would have died if he kept fighting. But I just see a scenario where he gets hit in the body and he just drops, and Max gets on him, then gets off him, tells him to get up, and he just can't get up. He's like, I can't do it. I'm old. I just can't do it. But I also see another world where Conor comes in there looking sharp, patient, and somehow makes it out of the second and third round. You know, I see this being like a Nate Diaz too. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's the nostalgia in me and the MMA fan in me that just wants this fight to be great, wants this fight to be competitive. But Max is just on right now, man. He's been doing this. He's been fighting guys, bro. And you know, we could say everything we want about his power, but I don't know, bro. He's a volume guy with enough power to hurt you. You know what I mean? He's got enough power to hurt you, and that's all you need, really. You don't need to have fucking nukes in your hand like Alex Pereira. You know, sometimes you could be an Israel Adesanya and still get that knockout on a guy against the fence. So I'm going to a Max Holloway by finish. If this fight makes it to a decision, I'm going to be very skeptical about it being fixed, because I know Conor has one more fight in his career or in his contract, and if they already didn't agree to a trilogy, you know what I mean? Like behind the scenes, and be like, all right, listen, you're going to win this one, then we do the trilogy, and then, you know, we make all the money. We just got to make it to a decision. I really hope that's not the case, because if that's, I don't believe that Max can't finish him. I genuinely think Max should finish him, and if he doesn't finish him, then it's fixed. Not if Max loses or Max wins, it's fixed. If it makes it to a decision, the fight was fixed, 100%. Because there's just no way that you're taking damn near 40-year-old off the couch Conor McGregor, off of cocaine Conor McGregor, off of alcohol and court cases Conor McGregor to a decision. As Max Holloway in your prime, I just don't see that happening. So if it happens, I'll be very shocked. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think I'm taking Max by finish. I see every fight on the card, or every fight on the main card, going by finish, except for the Corey Sandhagen and Mario Batista fight. I don't see either of those guys finishing this fight. Both of them aren't really finishers. Corey Sandhagen's got some cool highlights, you know, with the flying knee and all that stuff, but Mario Batista is very durable. He's a dog. He's gonna be in there from starting bell to end bell. It's gonna be up to Corey whether or not he wants to be finished, which I don't think he's gonna be finished. You know, if Merab couldn't finish him, if Petr Yan couldn't finish him, Mario Batista's not gonna finish him. So that fight's gonna go a decision. Fights I'm worried about though, probably Bobby Green versus Terrence McKinney, because they're both glass cannons, but at least Bobby Green's a glass cannon that you can rely on in the second and third. You can't rely. I don't know how McKinney is in the second and third, because he doesn't get to the second and third. It's either he gets his ass knocked out or he knocks people out or submits them or whatever. So, yeah. So, Bobby Green, TKO. Lorna Kavanaugh, TKO. Corey Sandhagen, decision. Paddy Pimblett, submission or TKO. I'm leaning more towards submission, and then I'm taking Max Holloway by TKO. Maybe in the third or fourth round. So yeah, guys, sorry for the late video. I don't even know if this is gonna post before the main card, because YouTube takes like 9 hours to fucking post. So that's why I'm making it now. It's a little short of a video. I would have put more time into it, but I gotta get to work. I've been dealing with some mental health issues for the past couple days. Been feeling down. I wanted to make a video reacting to my UFC Freedom 250 card, but I just mentally I'm struggling right now with some personal shit. But guys, you know, I did predict UFC Freedom 250 perfectly. Go back and watch that video if you don't believe me. But yeah, leave in the comments who you think's gonna win. Drop a like and subscribe. Give a thumbs up, all that bullshit. And if you don't do it, your mom is in my closet. Okay, she's not going anywhere. So you like and subscribe. Understand that. Anyway, enjoy the fights, guys. Drink responsibly, bet responsibly. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys on the next video.